Welcome viewers for another episode of Founder Talk. This evening my guest is Shatonik Roy, who is the co-founder of HyperExchange. It's a startup that is into refurbished electronic space. Welcome to the show, Shatonik Roy.
Thank you. Thank you for having me over here, Major. I think it's a pleasure to, interact with every one of you, and especially being interviewed by you. It's a great honor. Thank you.
Well, we always look forward to meeting young entrepreneurs and hosting them. Let's start by understanding what is HyperExchange all about.
Right. So the HyperExchange journey began in 2016. I was still in my college dorm room, right? And I met my co-founders, Dipanjan and Ashish. Dipanjan is an incredible guy. Has spent over 2 decades of experience in merchant acquisition and financial technology, etc. Right. Traded to successful $1 million startups in the Valley, came back to India, and that's when I met Dipanjan. While Ashish was heading the entire TCS operations for India, he was reporting directly to R&D. And that was the time we realized there's a great opportunity in probably a field which is 95% of gray, market which is 95% gray, going at 40 CAGR year on year. This is before COVID I'm speaking about. So the numbers are enormous right now anyway. And of course, with structure coming into place, etc., this might really be an interesting opportunity for us to join in. And that's how we began HyperExchange. HyperExchange today is a global brand for refurbish. We are one of the top 3 brands globally, which sells refurbished products. We have a lot of patents around B2B products in terms of refurbish, where we utilize AI and ML in a very vast depth to come up with technology which is tomorrow's going forward will probably tomorrow create a mark.
So when you talk about refurbish, what kind of work do you do in-house or most of it outsourced?
This is a very interesting play for us. So HyperExchange does not refurbish on its own. All right. HyperExchange does not procure. Procurement is done through our third-party vendors, right? So these are our franchisees, distributors, and network of partners that does the procurement for HyperExchange. All right. And now I just spoke about the patented technology. So one of the very interesting technology we have built in-house is called Faraday. All right. So Faraday is state-of-an-art device which uses AI and ML in specific to diagnose devices. These are phones, laptops, etc. All right. So basically, with Faraday, now I have a technology which sets a standard operating procedure in terms of everything. In terms of my procurement, I know probably somewhere down in Tokyo, just with a Faraday device, is procuring something very locally over there. I do not need to create a shop or a store or, say, for example, an office over there. Right? So this person just using a Faraday can procure local devices. I know what is the device he or she is procuring. Similarly, I have a partnered refurbishment center just over there, very locally. Right? So as soon as this person is procuring, I know what is the issue with this device. Right? Say, for example, there are major dents in the device, right? Or say the battery health is not 100%. So we work to make every device again is as good as new. All right.
So how do you ensure quality control? Because you don't do anything; it's all outsourced. So how
Correct.
do you ensure quality control?
The entire quality control is managed by Faraday. Faraday is an automated device, right? So I'll give you the example of a so Faraday has different versions. It has app version, it has a retail version, it has a B2B version. I'll give you an example of the retail version. So basically, if you go to Faraday, place your device, the device goes in, it shows you these are the issues with the device, all right? And this is the price I would probably pay you for procuring back your device from you, right? So buying back the device from you, this is the price I'll pay you. And why? That all it states, like probably your sensor is not working, so on and so forth, right? That is the depth of algorithms it has inside itself, right? That can tomorrow stabilize and control every procurement process, every SOP, and all the processes in a very automated way. Faraday is the key for HX.
one of the things we see, when you're buying a refurbished product, is either there is no guarantee, or even if it is, it's a very limited 1 month, 3 months guarantee. Why is it that way? And is there a way, with your expertise, you could provide a guarantee to or a warranty, to the buyers?
Right. So very interesting question. We realized this on day zero. The issue with a 2 months, 1 month guarantee, or let's say at max 3 months guarantee, was because the people who were selling it were not sure they are selling the best device, right? If I'm sure, like I am selling an A-grade product out there, right, which is as good as new, I would definitely go for a 12 months warranty, right? They are not able to be sure about the type of refurbishment just because of the fact they do not know what the issues that might come up tomorrow with the device, because they do, that's a manual check, right? Today if you go to any, say, second-hand market, it's there out there in every city, right? Even in India, say for example in Kolkata we have a Khidipur market, in Delhi you have a Gafar market, in Bangalore, like in Mumbai you have Lavington Road, so on and so forth. Bangalore, everywhere there's a second-hand market out there. What they usually do is they take a product and say, I'd probably pay you 5,000 for this product, but why 5,000? Why not 4,900? Why not 5,100? Because this is based on assumption, right? They assume, based on their say experience, if they had procured 100 devices, 90 of them worked, 10 did not work, right? So basically, they are giving you a quotation based on hope. You cannot build a billion-dollar startup based on hope. You have to have facts, data, etc. This was where the problem lied. That was the reason for your 3 months, six, or say 1 month warranty over the devices. HX gives a 12 months warranty on the devices. HX gives a 9 months replacement warranty on each device. HX also gives a doorstep service for any issue. And last and foremost thing, for every product that is sold, HX plans are free against it. So basically, we are creating a forest every year, as we are selling about 30 devices per minute right now. Yes.
So what's your turnover that you're doing?
Uh,
What's the margin as well?
I'll speak about the margins very well. Right. So couple of things. All right. So we are in the premium segment, right? So basically, the average price of a device we sell is around 15,000. All right, and we are selling around 30 devices per minute, right? So the maths is easy. And on the other hand, if you look at the margins, while the margins for a new device in terms of phone, etc., varies from 0.5% to 3% in the market, the best Chinese brands out there providing 3 to 5% margin. For us, the margins with Faraday grew from 23% in 2016 to now 30. Now we are sitting at a margin of 30% in 2021.
That's commendable. When it comes to refurbishing, there needs to be skilled workforce that can the number of devices that are getting into the market, refurbished market. So there needs to be enough skill force to do it. Are there enough skill force in India at least?
A couple of things I'll always say. See, if we are doing something manually, it's never a scalable business, right? Till it's dependent on the manual labor, right? And you do not have data which gives you an unified, scalable, and say for example, an automated data. It's never something you can scale over time, right? And that is where we also move from say manual labor to a data-driven automated process. Today, 100% of our refurbishment is actually automated, and 100% of our refurbishment comes with a standard operating procedure that it has to ensure the best quality out there in the market.
For the layman, how do you explain him what do you do? How do you do the checks of a phone before it gets onto your site for sale?
Sure. So each and every device that's up for sale, right? I will reuse the same term. It's called again, as good as new, right? Every device has to be as good as new before it's up for sale on a HX platform or through a HX vendor, or say a third party player which is selling a HX product. That could be a marketplace, or say a distributor, etc. Right? So each and every device, while it is being procured, I know what is the issue of the device because Faraday gives me all the results against it. As soon as my results are there, right? So before it comes to the warehouse for refurbishment, I already have the say spare parts, etc., are ready. Right? So all my refurbishment partners already have the spare parts ready even before it comes for refurbishment. Right? Over there, say for example, each and every fact about the phone, be that the sensors, right? Be that your touch screen, be that your battery, right? Everything is up to 100% mark as a new device, right? And I know the standard operating procedure, which device will take what time to get fixed, because I know what is the issue of these devices. So I already have a SOP. Say for every battery change it takes say 30 seconds. All right. For every screen change it takes 1.2 minutes. Right. I have a SOP ready. So even before it lands in my refurbishment center, it's already out for sale. That's how my supply chain is so much efficient than anyone else in the market, right? So before, while the procurement is happening, it's already out for sale, and between the procurement and the sales cycle, I know every of the device is going to as good as new condition, and is just going out in the best quality possible with a 12 months warranty with it.
I would take a step back and still want to get the understanding of, you said, to test the devices, you're using AI ML. How does that part work? I mean, does the user or the seller have to connect onto something for you to know that the device has the device has certain errors? What kind of errors it has? How does that work?
So this is different versions. So I already mentioned Faraday has different versions. Faraday has an app version. So if you are at your home, right, and want to sell your device, and you want to know what is the price I might be expecting from HyperExchange against this device, then just download the HyperExchange app, the HX Card app from the App Store, Play Store, whatsoever it is, whichsoever platform you are on, right? Done the diagnostic, and within a couple of minutes time, you will get the price for the device, right? That is sitting at your home. Now, if you want to go to a retail store of HX and probably experience the version of Faraday, which is just like an ATM, right? You just place your device, right? The price comes up, you accept, the phone goes in, the cash comes out. You reject, the device comes out.
And you come to know with a combination of these two factors as to what are the errors in it or defects in it.
Independent. Both are independent. So both can be used independently. This is the app version. If you want to sit at your home and probably wish a doorstep service, right? You can use the app version. By chance, if you are probably in a retail counter of HyperExchange and want to experience the Faraday in hand, right? That is the Faraday I'm speaking about. And similarly, in terms of our bulk procurement, say our vendors usually picks up bulk devices up to say 5,000, 7,000. In that, as on over there, it's not possible to check each and every device on a single go. So we have a B2B version of it. Right? It's similar to something like a USB hub. Right? You just place a device, right? And for each and every device, the data comes out. This is the issue. This device, so this is the price that has to come up for this device. In case we find probably there is a device which is not even switching on, right? Or say which is iCloud locked, we do not even take those devices. That's how efficient the Faraday solution is.
That's quite interesting. MyStartup TV is a channel for startups like yours. What is your first thought when you heard about MyStartup TV?
I actually followed MyStartup TV. I've seen a couple of interviews. I think you guys are doing great, creating a platform for both entrepreneurs to share their story as well as say young wannabe-preneurs who want to start something of their own, right? And bringing to a bringing the stories to relevant public on that aspect. I wish you guys the best. You guys are doing an incredible job out there.
Shothanik Roy, thank you very much for joining us, and we look forward to hosting you on some of our other shows like the panel discussions. Thank you.
Thank you so much.